Packaging determines the interaction of your product in the marketplace. Tonight, we see how you can turn a basic product into a competitive item.
I'm into fruit processing. I decided to get in the fruit value chain after leaving my former employment. So I wanted to come up with a business model that could serve communities and have an impact on people. We work with farmers. We source fruits from farmers and process them to make frozen ice pops, which we call crystal ice pops. And they are in 6 different flavors. That is mango, apple, pineapple, watermelon, mixed fruit, and orange. We distribute our crystal ice pops in supermarkets, schools, play centers. The idea of making frozen treats started in 2016. There was a gap of fruits which were failing to find markets, and they would end up rotting in the gardens. So I decided to come up with a solution that could provide market and also improve the shelf life of fruits. So what I did, I came up with a prototype, and I went to Uganda Industrial Research Institute. When you come up with a prototype, you explain to them your idea, and then they come up with like the real product. These products we are making, we are targeting middle and high-end customers who are health conscious. So we have walk-ins who come to the factory and they buy the products from here. And then we also do deliveries in supermarkets, schools. So some of the principles that have helped me stay in business. First of all, I have remained focused. You know, this has been a very trying period for us because of the COVID-19. One thing that we really emphasize is time management. Whatever we are doing at the company, we have to keep time. People must make sure that they report on time. If they are to do production, everything has to be done on time so that we give a good service to customers.
I'm taking us through the production of ice pops, and this is done under strictly quality control and quality assurance. There are parameters that we look at, and we either reject the fruits or take them in for production. Our first step is sanitize the fruits and disinfect them, and then peel the fruits, and we are able to blend and get the juice out of those fruits. Each and every equipment that you see around here is disinfected. So we are working on pineapple. We use fresh fruits. We use our natural tropical fruits. From the cutting of the fruits, we are able to also blend them. After blending our product, we are able to sieve our juice and we make the necessary mixing, adding all the other ingredients that we add to our juice. And after this, we are able to take our juice for pasteurization. This is our pasteurizer. It is a batch pasteurizer. Like you see the capacity, it can be able to make enough juice that we can make our ice pops for the day. We do this pasteurization for the required time and temperature. And we make sure that strictly this time and temperature is controlled by and observed by the quality control officer. After pasteurizing, we are able to add more ingredients after it has cooled to about 60 degrees Celsius. And after adding the ingredients, we cool the juice further a little more to make the ice pops. In about 20 minutes, our product is ready. So we remove it from our ice pop machines and we bring it to our packaging area where we pack all the different flavors. So during our packing, we also observe quality and hygiene. And after packing, we put the respective flavors into their freezers. Each freezer is assigned a different flavor for easy dispatch of the product and for recording purposes.
So I came up with a product that could differentiate me from what was available in the market. And I had noticed that most frozen treats that were out there in the market, most of them were using dairy products and others were just using water and color. So for me, I wanted to come up with something that is made out of natural fruits, something that is healthy and of high quality. One of the achievements is I came up with a product. I'm happy to see it now come to life. course, starting out wasn't easy. I remember when I was starting, of course, I started alone, then later I got a team of 3. But right now we are a team of 8, permanent, and then we also have casuals who provided employment to the youth. And of course, I'm also passionate about gender.
The COVID-19 pandemic bankrupted businesses and households that will now look for what safety nets are available.
Indeed, one of those safety nets is actually insurance. And today, it's a question of survival for a household or a business. So we look at aspects like workman's compensation and health insurance in this segment. Risk is part and parcel of business operation. This is especially true because we can't know with certainty what tomorrow has in stock for us. These uncertainties can range from external factors like market volatility, wars, but also internal issues like workplace accidents, mistakes that lead to huge fines to an organization, among others. This explains why any sound form of business operation needs insurance.
Insurance is basically a risk transfer mechanism whereby an insurer undertakes for the exchange of a sum of money called premium to indemnify you should any insurable risk occur that is adverse to the interests of the policyholder. So what this basically means is that once you pay money to an insurer, he undertakes that if it is an insured risk, maybe if it is a medical policy and you fall sick, he will take care of the costs. So the same applies to all other aspects.
When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the issue of survival of employees, or human resource that forms the core of any business operation, came to the fore as affected households and businesses alike got financially hit by the huge health costs. Today, a discussion is beginning to form about the workman's compensation policy, which is a mandatory insurance policy, just like third-party insurance.
It's not to our expectation, I must say. It is showing growth. There is acceptancy, but not to our expectation. And generally, as an outlook, since it falls under insurance, not in Uganda, we've not even reached a 1%. We are still at a 0.7% according to the 2020 report. So not to our expectation, but mainly also due to the shock of COVID, where everyone was awakened to how safe you are when your people get sick, when your family gets sick, when those around you get sick. Then there is intention on how to take insurance and, embrace it as part of the plans that employers have for their employees or heads of families have for their families and loved ones.
So what does the workman's compensation policy entail?
So it is cover that is given to the employer to cater for costs that may arise from liabilities should anything occur to an employee. So if you're looking at a construction site, for example, and falling objects fall on the laborer, on the engineer, then insurance will come in to cover and pay the sum that the employer would ordinarily have paid. If you're traveling for a work trip and you're involved in an accident and you're undercover, then the insurance company will take care of that cost, whereas if you didn't have it ordinarily, that cost would fall on the employer.
Relatedly, the need for health insurance covers is another item that many employers and employees are keenly looking at after witnessing families and businesses, especially sole proprietorships, getting bankrupted as a result of COVID. But there are some principles to keep at heart as you make consideration for this.
For medical insurance to be accessed in the rightful way, there is need for a survey or for research before you craft what we call the scheme. So once you craft the scheme, then you get to know, is it a group that will get the major services of inpatient, outpatient, dental, optical, maternity, because those usually form the basic elements of medical insurance. So how much are they going to get under inpatient? How much are they going to get under outpatient? When I say get is, can I go to the hospital severally through the insurance year or through the scheme year and I'm still not capped out? By capped out, I mean you've been given 1 million and by October, if you started November, if you started January, you've already used up to probably 900. So there wasn't enough survey made for you to receive that. So So how do you get the services? Starts with, have you done the data? Which people are you going to have on the scheme? Where are they going to get the services? It's important that employers, if they're the ones buying, find out at the start, where do I want my people to go? What are the illnesses my people are treating? What's the likelihood that they will need maternity or dental or optical? And then before you even get to how much you will pay, understand what you want to get, because ultimately when you understand what you want to get, then the insurance company or together with your consultant are going to give you a variety of services that you're able to get.
From Workman's compensation to health insurance, business operators today have an option to transfer risks, such as those posed by COVID-19, to a third party, in this case, an insurance company, as a measure to lighten the burden all these realities exert on business, leading to the demise of some.
Ever wondered how Kampala is so lit?
Well, the secret lies in the natural given resource, that is sunlight. And today we explore the technology behind solar lighting. We've had questions of how the street lights work, and this is a technology we've deployed on a few households. There is a little tiny technology called a photosensor. The photosensor, the purpose of the photosensor is to detect when the sun is out, when the sun has set, to switch on a solar system, and to detect when the sun is out, to switch off the solar system. So this technology is deployed in most of the street lighting we see. We as a company deploy it for the security line of a household system or institutional system to avoid abuse. You know that if a solar system is designed to have capacity for 12 hours, if the battery is used beyond the 12 hours, it is going to be depleted and it will potentially fail sooner than it should. So the photosensor technology helps to keep the battery healthy, keep the system healthy, by only draining the battery up to the pre-designed settings of 12 hours or 8 hours, depending on how the photosensor has been designed to switch on and off.
This brings us to the end of this week's edition of Money and Markets. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Indeed, we don't take your participation for granted. We'd like to keep the conversation going though, so drop us a line that is on your screen. Let's keep this going. I've been your host, Charles Boji.
And I'm Shamim K. Matovo.
Good evening.